charging for grant consulting. How do you determine as a consultant how much you're going to charge? That is a huge question. There are a lot of factors to consider. One being your experience level. How much experience do you have? I have so many people that reach out to me on a regular basis and say, I think I want to start a second business, or I think I want to start a business, or I think I want to work for myself because I like to write and I want to be a grant writer. But what they don't tell you is they don't have any experience writing grants. Just because you can write doesn't mean you can be a grant writer. Just because you can write grants doesn't mean you can write fiction novels and become an author and sell best-selling novels for a living. Grant writing is a very specific skill set, and you have to have some experience at it. You have to have some experience and success at it in order to have a legitimate business where other people are going to want to hire you to do that work. I always tell people when they ask me how to get started in grant writing, start volunteering somewhere. Tell people you'd like to help them write some grants, bring some money into their local communities, and get your feet wet. See what it's like. Try some applications. There's so many different grant applications. If you've seen one, you've seen one. And until you have that experience, it's going to be really hard for you to determine how much are you going to charge. Are you going to charge based on hourly rates, project rates, monthly rates? Are you going to have a contract fee that's split up over a certain amount of dollars every month? Do you have the knowledge yet to determine about how long it's going to take you to finish an application? Do you know how much time your local applications take? So a lot of times people get started with the grants that are located in their region, the family foundations, the private foundations, the statewide foundations that really serve their area. And when that happens, then you can say, oh yeah, I've written that grant about 10 times and it usually takes about this long when we have these different pieces of information available, when people already have this content together, when the budget's already ready, blah, 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 whatever. Those are pieces that you will start to learn. Those are questions you will begin to know to ask of your clients. Do you have X, Y, and Z? Is this already ready or do we need to create it? Is a component of a particular application something that you know is going to require a partnership agreement or something that takes a little bit longer? Those will kind of help you determine how much you're going to charge for those clients. Now, some people that I've worked with and talked to, they just charge an hourly rate no matter what they're doing, whether it's grant research or writing or consulting about grants, reviewing applications, all that stuff. They just charge an hourly rate. Nothing wrong with that, if that's how you want to work. Some people only charge project rates. We're going to give you a quote for the whole project for this grant from A to Z, and they just charge that flat rate. Some people like to be on retainer. So there's tons of different ways to create your business model around the work you do in grants. Some people have a separate fee for research. So they may say, hey, we're going to charge X number for the research. This is approximately how many results you'll get. This is what's included with that, so on and so forth. And then we'll be happy to write the grants for you at this rate. Maybe there's a totally separate fee for writing and it's not included. Maybe you do or don't follow up with foundations. You're willing to reach out and have conversations with program officers. You're willing to represent your client. There's a lot of different factors to consider when you start thinking about your pricing structure. So the first thing I would encourage you to think about is this. How much do you need to make a month as an individual business owner? And then you need to do some research and see what other grant writers of your experience level are charging in your region, because it's very different if you're in Podunk, North Carolina versus New York City as to what you're going to be able to charge, because the cost of living is very different, right? So there's a lot of websites where you can go and compare the same title. So you could put grant writer, grant consultant, nonprofit development consultant. There's a lot of different titles you could choose and just kind of see what an average is. And then what do you feel like you can reasonably market based on your experience and skill set? If you've been writing grants like I have for 25 years and you have an extremely good success rate with a whole lot of clients who have testimonials they can give you, you're going to be able to charge a little bit more, right? If you're brand new and you're just out of college and you've only ever written 2 grants in grad school, it's going to be a little bit different. You can't charge quite that much yet, right? So those are a few things you're going to want to consider. How much time is it going to take? How robust are your skill sets? How confident are you in your abilities? And then what's the value you can give to your client? That's the ultimate question always is, what is the value that you can give to your client for the dollars that you're requesting? You may not get every grant you ever write because there's no guarantee that you will. But what you want to be able to do is submit the highest quality proposals, the highest quality research, and the highest quality information in the consulting world, right? Coaching or consulting. You want to make sure that you are able to provide them with the highest quality of whatever it is you're providing, whether it's a full package of services or just one-off service. And when you get to that point and you feel very comfortable and confident in that, then you can start raising your prices and feel very good about it, and people will pay it. So those are some things to think about as you start determining what your pricing structure can and should look like and what it's going to include.